Hi everyone, welcome to Reality Tea times 2. And I am coming in with an announcement. This is not an episode. This is only an announcement that I figure I'm going to put singularly in its own thing. A lot of information coming into you. And uh so there's going to be a big announcement with all of the information. This is going to be said on all other episodes coming after this one, but it will be on a smaller scale with the announcement and those episodes. And all this information, once ready to go, will also be on socials, everything: Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, Twitter, TikTok. This episode will be fully on. I think I can do this fully on TikTok. But if not, we will figure a way around that. But anyway, this is what we're going to be doing. Let's jump in with it. So, the big announcement for this podcast is, drumroll please, Patreon. I'm so excited. I've been waiting to do a Patreon for some time. And with Patreon, it's just going to hopefully get me this podcast more out there, more stuff coming your way. And this is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to kind of go through the tiers, what to expect, what this is going to look like, and we'll go from there. So Patreon. So the Patreon is going to be officially launched at the end of the month. So I'm thinking that will be, so let's say February 1st. That is going to be the day that you will get the Patreon, access to the Patreon. And basically what this is going to look like, there's going to be 3 tiers. Each tier, if you want to try it out before, try before you buy type situation, the every tier you'll be able to try it out for 7 days for free before signing up. So 3 tiers. And here are what the tiers names, what to expect the tiers, how much the tiers are, and then we'll kind of go from there. So first tier, we have our $3 tier a month. This is, I think it's a Canadian, I think, but might be an American. I honestly don't even know. But $3 tier, and this one's called Those Are Nudes. And with this tier, you're going to get ad-free content, ad-free episodes. So basically any episode that you would be bombarded with ads, or usually only do 1 ad per episode, that is going to be ad-free on Patreon on this tier. You're also going to be getting early access to episodes. Now, this is probably only going to be a day or 2 early so that we're not, leaving the main feed just wondering what's happening. So that's what's going to be. And then we're also going to be doing once a month AMAs. We'll kind of talk more about what the AMAs are going to look like once I have the episode launched. We'll probably do those more towards the end of each month, but you can ask me anything and we'll figure out kind of how to do that, which avenue is the best to do that. I'm thinking just to streamline it will most likely be on my website where we can kind of do it that way, but we'll talk more about that once the episode is there. But even if you don't have a question to ask, for me, I will kind of pull from something in life where we can dive deep and talk about that. So that's kind of what we'll do. You'll never not get an episode of that format. So yeah, that's what you can do. There's also more with that. as well. You know, there's more to that as well with the tier. You can curate the tier how you want it, pay what you want to with, I think, only that tier. Well, I think all tiers, I believe. But anyways, um, that's kind of will be there. You'll see that there, but that's what you can expect from that tier. Next tier, we have the reality times 3 tier. And this is a $5 a month tier. Again, you can try this for free for 7 days. And what you would get with this tier, so you would get everything that's on the prior tier. So that's the ad free, the AMA. What was the other thing I said? Early access to the episodes. So you'll get everything there, as well as a recap of a show from past that has brought us to where we are at with reality television. So that will be obviously throughout the time with Patreon. I will kind of say what that will be as we go forward. I'll announce that on the main feed as well. So what you can expect. We'll get into more about how Patreon is going to be seen in the main feed as well. But I can already tell you which show we're going to be covering first. So that show is going to be Jersey Shore. If anyone remembers from the beginning of this episode, when Ava was still more frequent in the episodes, we kind of talked about the different shows that kind of made us fall in love with the reality television, the trash reality television. And for me, it was Jersey Shore. So that's what we're going to do. Doing all 6 seasons. So that's what we're planning to do now. In terms of the length of the episodes, there won't be more than 2 main episodes of Jersey Shore per one of my episodes. So that's kind of what it will be. It will be 1 or 2. So that will be what you can expect. I will explain that in each episode prior to getting into it. So the other thing that is also available to this tier is access to close friends on Instagram. Now I'm starting to kind of open up myself more to interacting more with everybody. And one of those things would be close friends on there. So anything that I would kind of more share on my personal Instagram, which I don't usually do a lot of, but if I'm going to post anything that either is on my Instagram or Facebook, because kind of Facebook is more, because I'm that old, is more the thing that I do, I will share that in the close friends as well. So that's kind of the main things that you can expect. And also with this tier, if you pay this, you would also get member shout outs. I would shout you out on the main feed with thank you for joining. Any fan requests that you may have for what you maybe want me to cover or anything like that, you can do that on this tier, on that tier. So last but not least is the final tier. This tier is called Still Love You If You're a Serial Killer. Now, if you listen to me enough, you know that this particular title for this particular tier has come from Tiger Lily. Because, like, even if you, like, were a serial killer, like, I'd still love you. Because, like, you know, as long as you don't wear me as a skin suit, it'd be fine. It's gonna be fine. Anyways. But anyway, this tier is a $7 a month tier. Again, 7-day free trial if, you know, you want to try it before you buy. And what you would get with this particular tier, again, is everything from the previous 2 tiers, AMA, you know, early access to the episodes, ad-free episodes, the recapping of an older show, this case Jersey Shore be first, as well as coverage of a true crime documentary. Again, if you've been listening to me long enough, you know my love? Question mark? Ooh, my fascinate. That doesn't get it. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm a true crime person. I consume it, all of it. This is kind of my way of being able to kind of have free reign with the true crime docs. Um, so this would be where you can get that. Now, I'm trying to remember which episodes I finished. So I think I have finished an episode already of a true crime doc. Now, a lot of the true crime docs that you're probably going to be getting are ones that you kind of are more the older ones, trying to get myself into some of the stuff that I really want to get my hands on and talk about. And that's, you know, for me. But again, anything you want, there's a documentary like do that, do this one, I will do it. So we'll kind of go along as we go with that. But the first one that I'm planning to do that I know I finished already is the Ashley Madison documentary. That's going to be the first one that I'm going to be doing because that's the one I've completed. There is another one that I'm planning to do after that, which would be The Man with a 1,000 Kids. And I feel like it's fitting just because we have a certain someone who has been in the reality realm make an appearance. I don't need to say more than that. We'll talk about it then. So that's the first one, anyways, you can expect is the Ashley Madison documentary, which was on Netflix. We'll talk more about that. So that's kind of what you can get. And another special thing that you would get with this episode, sorry, with this tier is video episodes. That's the next thing that you can also expect. The video episode would be once a week, one main feed episode. So that could be a 90-day, whichever, and that might be more one that you might get on like towards the end of the week. It might not be right away, just in terms of editing, but it'll be there. And that's what we're gonna do. Now, usually what I'm probably gonna do is anytime there is a guest, unless otherwise said, will most likely not be one, but we'll kind of figure that out as we go. But anyways, that's kind of what you can expect from this tier. So that's basically that. So the other thing that you can expect with how this Patreon is going to work in terms of how this is going to work with the main feed as well is you are going to get glimpses of what is happening on Patreon in terms of the true crime ones, the Jersey Shore, initially. You'll get kind of access to that on the main feed, so you can take a listen, see if you're interested, whatever the case may be. So, basically, this won't affect the Next Take podcast bonus episodes that you do get once a month. It won't affect that. But starting in February, with the start of with every season, which each show that's done, you'll get a glimpse of that. So if we're doing, for example, if we're doing Jersey Shore season 1, episode 1 and 2, you'll only get episode 1. You won't get episode 2 as well. Only episode 1. Try that out. See if you like it. Come on over and take a listen. And that will be the same thing. Season 2, you'll get episode 1. And that will be what you'll get on the main feed. So it won't be every month necessarily, but you will get that periodically. And then with the true crime documentaries, now basically how I'm thinking of doing this is I'm still trying to figure out how I'm doing because I haven't done a full like hour and a half, 2 hour documentary yet, but I've done more of those 3 episode ones. That's Ashley Madison, Man 1,000 Kids. There's those 3 episode documentaries. How I'm basically thinking of doing those episodes is splitting them in half and giving you one part of the week and the other part of the week. So you're never not getting that. All those are going to be monthly. So you'll still get that full one in a month. So when it comes to the main feed, you'll get the first half of that, and then you'll have to go over to Patreon to listen to the other half. So you will see glimpses of what you can expect on Patreon is going to be on the main feed to kind of hopefully entice you into coming to the Patreon, to the dark side. So again, you'll start to see this pop up once this is out, ready to go. You're going to see the posts coming up on social to see when you can expect to join. But yeah, that's basically it for the announcement. I don't think there's much else to really discuss about this. Again, I'm really excited, but this episode will, if you need to if you want to listen to this again, as far as hopefully if it works, please God work. If you want to hear this episode more, so you can get the information prior to signing up for Patreon. This will be on the website, on my website, which is again realityteatimes2 podpage. Hold on, guys. I gotta make sure I'm doing this right because, okay. So yeah, if you want to, like I said, listen to this episode again, get the information, the website is realitytimes2.podcastpage.io. I will have, of course, all the links for everything is going to be down in the show notes as always. So you can go over there. It will be pinned on the Patreon page, which will be launched by the time this episode is out. So you can listen to that there. If you want to also listen to this and you want to look at the Patreon, see what's there, this episode is going to be featured on the Patreon page. It's going to be a public episode, so you can listen to it there as well, and you can see that. So it'll be there. And I will pin this. I'll somehow get this on the socials and everything like that. I'm not sure about no, I could probably do the episode as well. The announcement will be pinned on Facebook. The episode will be pinned. I'll try to get that pinned on Facebook as well. And it will be the same with Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, whatever I can pin, it'll be pinned so you can have access to this episode without any issue. So you can figure out if you would like to join. But otherwise, that is it for me. That is that. I'm really excited. I hope everyone will join me on Patreon to take part in this. And basically, that's it for me. That's it for this. I'm not going to go through all of the details. I already kind of run through it. Links for everything, including Patreon, will be down in the show notes. I don't know if I'll necessarily actually pin the Patreon yet, but I'll pin the join will be there for when it's up. But again, Patreon will not be up and running until February 1st, just so you are aware. But every link I can put, it'll be down in the show notes for your ease. But anyways, that is it for me for this episode. We'll see you in another episode.